Well, clearly not in the gym.
No.
That's because this is a special Christmas episode. The camera's kind of tilted. And we got
As you
a
can
special
see,
guest. Come here, buddy.
we have our first ever guest host, or guest co-host.
The best host, Echo.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to talk about Christmas treats, aren't we? Sorry, I can't help it, dude. I can't.
We got
help
some non-alcoholic hot chocolate.
it. Didn't we do a shot before this?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Nice.
So yeah, we just wanted to take a break from the sets. This is truly going to be between sets. We're going to sit back. Obviously, Matt had to put on a stupid-ass shirt.
Dude, this is fucking sick.
To you.
Looks like Bowie, dude. R.I.P.
Okay, now it's cool.
That's my boy.
And we want to just make a quick Christmas special. Just us literally sitting down talking. It's just before Christmas Eve. And instead of working out in the gym, we're just going to talk about kind of all around the holidays, I guess. It's a holiday-focused episode. The positives, the negatives, the energy, the vibes, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And just, I don't know, just kind of wing it, see how this discussion goes. Because I don't know about you, but like the first thing I want to talk about is usually around this time of year, I get really fucking tired, like super duper exhausted, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just because it's the end of the year, but I know that there's a bunch of people that kind of have the same idea, same vibes. Or maybe it's just like people are looking forward to the next shift. I know it's not even a shift, but the new year.
What do I do with my hands?
What do I do with my hands? Ricky Bobby.
We're usually working out. I'm just like, what do I do?
Like,
Yeah.
But yeah, there's just like a kind of like cohesive tiredness or like ready for the holidays to be done kind of thing.
Yeah, I agree. I think just the sentiment that I'm getting from clients and generally just friends, family, everyone's kind of like mentally checked out and ready to go. Even myself, I've been feeling like...
Well, now you're on vacation.
Yeah, now I'm off.
How's that feel?
It's good. I'm bored. It's been like 3 days.
2 days later, guy's bored.
Dude, I've cleaned my house. I've reorganized everything in the house. Like, I've freaking done everything that was on my to-do list of shit that I was like not able to do because I'm always so limited in time. I spent like the last 2 days like doing everything, and now I'm just like, oh, thank you. And I'm like, well, shit, like, I got another 10 days of this. Like, what the fuck do I do?
Well, that's why you gotta go somewhere, do something.
Well, I mean, I'll
usually
be...
go away.
You do. I'll be with I'll be in Niagara for a couple days. I'll be with my family for a couple days. So it'll go, the next like 3 to 5 days will go pretty quick because it's Christmas, right? And then I'll probably just take the vacation time to like just get programs done and like just get ahead of schedule. Yeah, exactly. So I don't mind doing that at all.
I feel like that's kind of a good thing at the end of the year. Like you can kind of declutter and get rid of all of the shit that's like been kind of weighing you down.
Yeah.
And I guess people just use the new year as that shift.
Yeah, that's like a societal thing, I think.
Yeah.
Like the trigger of like New Year's resolution and like, oh, when it comes December, people are like, oh, anything that I was planning on starting now, I'll just wait I'll just wait because holidays around the corner. Yeah. Kids, like Christmas shopping and all that stuff that goes along with it. I think people kind of, and like you said, everyone's are just so tired from like the year. So I think people are tired. They're looking forward to a couple days off.
Chill with the family,
rest. Yeah, and then like set any goals that they may have had ongoing or new or things that they would just started in the new year, which I totally get that.
I feel like it's kind of a cop-out though, maybe, because instead of like, yeah, you're tired and whatnot, this is like the David Goggins bullshit mentality.
Carry the boat.
Exactly.
Ain't no
Stay
Christmas.
hard.
Ain't no Christmas in this house.
Yeah. Christmas? What you talking about? Get to work.
You mean Livmas?
Like, you know how you just said, I'm just going to wait till the new year to get started on this next thing? Like, when you technically have a week or two to get started now. But that's the thing. That's what we're kind of trying to talk about this whole, there's like that tired feeling like we mentioned. And going back to the getting things organized, I like that idea because you really have a big gap of time where you're not as busy, you have time off, and you could just kind of plan ahead in preparation for that new year. Like, I don't know about you, you mentioned you wanted to get on top of your programs. I'm definitely gonna get everyone sorted with their diets in the app and everything for next year and kind of just like hit the ground running. So I think that's a good idea. That don't take the time off per se. Take time to rest with the family, but like
Yeah.
try and also use this as a time to declutter the mind. Also, the digital declutter is huge.
Yeah, get off
your life, your living space.
Yeah.
And just get ready for the next year. You know what I mean?
I think the digital declutter is cool too. Like, just spend less time on social media, more time with friends.
Speak for yourself, bro. I'm gonna be scrolling.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be scrolling on TikTok.
I've already hit my hour-and-a-half limit.
You have a limit on your screen?
I hit it every day.
So many people have freaking screen time limits.
Oh, dude, I hit it every day, and I'm just like, ignore.
So what's the point of having it?
It's just a reminder of how much of a doom scroller I am.
Screw that. I don't have that.
Yeah, you might as well not have it, to be honest. Just self-control. But yeah, decluttering, prepping, that's all good. But yeah, I think everyone's. Oh my god, my password is
6969
2
3 9
7. Just to toss a little curveball there. Yeah, so it's kind of like the intro. We're just talking about everyone's like a little bit tired. I think we should talk about like how it affects people.
In different ways, physically, mentally,
emotionally. Yeah, like there's like
we're kind of putting a damper on the happiest time of the year.
We'll make it happy.
We started like pretty sad.
Don't worry, we'll start with the sad stuff first. Yeah, I think like the familial and like societal pressure of
pressure is a big word.
Like of like, you know, drinking every day. Like there's always that joke where between Christmas and New Year's. And it's like blur. It's a blur. It's like being at the airport. You could just drink at any time of the day. It's like 9 a.m. You're having a glass of wine. You're already drunk by 2.
Matt, you're having a beer at 9.
Yeah, dude. It's the 28th of December. Like, what do you?
So what?
Yeah, what do you mean? I'm on vacation.
You want to join me?
I'm on vacation.
Sure.
Yeah,
That's true.
I think those things are like pretty common, and people need to be a little bit better with that. Myself included. Last year, I was pretty. I think I drank every day over the holidays.
Degenerate status.
Yeah, but I mean, it's about moderation too. Like, if you have a couple drinks throughout the day, I don't think it's the worst, especially at such a short period of time.
Yeah, well, like you said, you're with the family, and there's just kind of that, you know, obviously drinking is very widely accepted, and even though it's not, we know it's not good for you. It's a social lubricant. It helps you kind of loosen up, and you know, you get to have fun with everybody.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if you're hanging out with your in-laws for 4 days, you might need to be a little hammered.
we need to bleep that.
No, you can leave it in. I love my in-laws.
Good save.
But just family in general.
Yeah.
Not even in-laws, just family in general. Like, you need to be you gotta be a little tipsy. After like a day or two, you're just like, oh god damn it, get me out of here.
I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
This guy's trying to call you. Just don't throw me under the bus, dude. You know what
I didn't throw you. You fucking said it.
I threw myself under the bus.
But here's a couple quick questions before we get into like that physical cost, the mental cost, and then we're gonna spin it and talk about the positives, because there's a lot of positives too. But I feel like we do need to talk about, you know, the things that maybe aren't so talked about, which is why we're kind of starting off in a bit of a weirder vibe or darker light. But there's
darker light. That's crazy.
Or more negative.
I know.
I don't know. That's the first thing that came to mind.
Sounds like a metal band. Welcome to Darker Light. How we feel in Los Angeles?
And it's just an hour of
yeah, literally. Anyway,
so how do you feel like compared to now versus back when you were a kid? How has Christmas or this time of year changed for you?
Oh man, I think it's so different when you're a middle-aged like adult than when you were a kid. Christmas is like so.
You're middle-aged?
Don't worry about it. So Christmas, when you're a kid, it's like such a magical time. Like, especially in the early years, you believe in Santa. There's stockings. Santa. Like, you get so pumped, and you know your parents go out of their way to make it really special for you. And then I think in like your teen years, it's also still really fun because you still have that kid kind of feeling. But now you can celebrate with. That's when like people start doing Friendsmas, and you start celebrating with friends, right? But I think as you get older, like where we are like in our 30s right now, I think it's a weird spot because we don't have kids.
But potentially soon in the future.
But soon, yeah, exactly. So it's like right now Christmas just feels like you're just checking a list. You know, it's like just the holidays, got to get gifts for everybody. Like, it's fun. I enjoy it. I love the cozy vibe, throwing on Christmas movies like Lord of the Rings. stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like
Christmas movies like Lord of the Rings.
Bro,
1 second.
Yeah, did you not hear that? I was like, I'm surprised you didn't react.
Yes,
like,
Fellowship of the Ring. Fellowship
they left
is a
on
Christmas
the 20.
movie.
They left on the 25th of December.
100% a Christmas movie.
So
I hope this squeaky toy is not heard, and we have the noise cancellation. That should be fine.
Imagine you put it on and it's just nothing
just squeaking.
but squeaking. Echo.
I kind of want to take the toy.
Yeah, maybe.
Sorry, buddy. We'll wait till
we'll play after. Okay, you can hang out with us though. No, we're gonna hang out over here. But yeah, I think it's definitely changed now because we're in this weird spot in our lives where we're not kids, we're not young adults, we're adults.
Adulting is hard.
But we don't have, yeah, such a millennial thing to say. Oh my God, I'm adulting. But we don't have kids. So it's like, we're kind of like in that weird, it's still a good time. Like I enjoy the holidays, but it does, I don't know about you, but I felt like the last 2 to 3 years haven't been as magical, if that makes sense.
Just the last 2 to 3,
probably
bro?
Longer, probably like 4 or 5, maybe longer. Like maybe since I was like in my early 20s.
I must say since I like finished university, probably.
Yeah.
You know, like when you're younger, all you get are gifts and praise and like good times because you're innocent and whatnot. But now, obviously, on the other side, you realize the things that your parents had to do. You realize the things that you're gonna have to do as a parent yourself. And you're going to be like, oh shit, so I'm going to be even more broke.
Yeah, it's true.
Dude, the whole consumerist aspect of it is like the part that, obviously when I was younger, I really enjoyed because I was getting all the gifts.
Give me the goop.
I kind of cringe looking back at some of the videos of how I used to act when I was getting gifts.
Yeah.
But like now, having to just go out and like buy just a shit ton of stuff.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you're knocking stuff off a checklist.
Like I literally have a list. I'm like, 2 gifts for this person, 2 gifts for this person, 2 gifts for this person. And like, it's just, and like, you're almost like getting the gifts. That's a big part of it. And then you do the family stuff, but you're almost like, I don't want to say it in a bad way, but you're like, all right, like let's, everyone get their gifts out. Let's do the dinner. Let's have a couple drinks. And then
it's like a process when you should be really just spending the time together.
Time with your family. Yeah, exactly. I think now because it's always been commercialized and
definitely feels more stressful.
Yeah, because again, we don't like.
There's not, like Silent Night, all that shit.
Yeah.
Bro, there's nothing silent. There's no peace. It's stressful. I feel like that can also tie into the tiredness, the drinking, why people want to let loose a little bit and forget about all that stress.
Yeah.
It's just weird how the end of the year just like all accumulates, and then you're forced to like, oh, I gotta buy a shit ton of gifts for everyone now too to like cap off the year.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just
and then you never know like if you got enough gifts, or are they too big or too small, or maybe you give someone 2 items, they give you 4, and then you're like, fuck, now I have to like think about that next year.
Yeah.
There's a lot to
I
it.
wish all that stuff could kind of not be as important.
Yeah, it definitely. I feel like in the '90s and early 2000s, it was definitely more about like just chilling with the fam. Like you got your gifts, it was great, and we were kids, so it was different. Like maybe everyone
more nostalgic.
Everyone was in nostalgia. Everyone was excited to see us open our first GameCube or Xbox, and you're like, oh my God, and you're going nuts, and your parents are happy, and it's sick.
Yeah.
Now it's like, all right, cool. I guess I'll enjoy these socks. But it's not bad because
I needed socks.
I don't buy socks at all. I just get a shipment every year.
I literally asked for a basic t-shirt set, like white, black, and gray. Like I need it, but I'm not gonna buy it.
The gifts aren't anymore about like the love and enjoyment. They're like functional things that we can use in our daily life.
Yeah, because you buy yourself the gift part.
Can you buy me a tax assessment program, please? Like,
here's your TurboTax.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, you got me TurboTax? I needed this.
Thank you.
Yeah, so it's like shit like that. But
all right, well, moving on to the physical.
Definitely different. Yeah.
Talking about training. How consistent we've been towards the end of the year, ourselves, and also like, I'm sure you've experienced this maybe more so than me, but clients having to reschedule a lot more, things coming up. A lot of people got sick this year.
So many people did.
But like, there's just that, it goes back to that vibe of being tired and like it's the end of the year leading up towards the holidays. People are just exhausted and they don't stay on the routine. They actually make, I guess, more mistakes or allow themselves to make more mistakes kind of thing. Mm-hmm. It's just weird. Sleep disruption. I don't know about you, but sleep has been kind of
all over the place.
Not really consistent for me.
Well, because like if you're prior to basically, I would say like December, it's like if you're in every day at 6, you get used to that, and then your
Sporadic.
6s start canceling,
Yeah.
and your 8s start canceling, and it's like, oh, tonight I can stay up an extra hour because I'm going to be up till 7 or 8, or then the next day you're like, fuck, I had to be in bed by 9:30 because I had to be up at 5.
You're probably just better off going
Trying
to
be as, yeah, no, 100%. But it also, I think, makes it easier to do that because you know it's the end of the year and you're kind of just like, well, I'll just sleep in.
Yeah.
Like, I got the holidays coming up.
That's the vibe.
Like, I think a lot of this, like people are just kind of like put a pin on it. I'll deal with this on my break, or like, and then like you were saying with cancellations, a lot of people did get sick. We had a pretty bad cold thing going around. Or
started with the kids, moved to the ladies.
Yeah, and then hit me.
We were the last ones.
Yeah, but that being said, I think it's like, and then with like all of our clients, or not just our clients, but like people in general that are have kids or whatever. That end of the year rush is crazy. They got like Christmas plays, Christmas pageants, Christmas parties, like all that stuff. So it's like they're putting themselves, whether like it's health or fitness, kind of like the priority starts to go down.
And then
because you're just so focused on everything else, and then it comes back into being tired because you're like, I just can't wait till this is done. So then in January, I can start back to my routine.
Yeah, makes sense. And then with all those events and things that you said, come the end of year parties, the holiday parties, the gatherings. So what does that mean? You're going to be drinking a bit more than normal. So your sleep's going to be more disrupted.
I'll be eating not the best nutritiously dense
your
foods.
Diet is off. So that means your recovery is going to be worse. So just December is just a write-off. It's like you just know that you're not going to be on point in December.
What's the advice that you give to your clients over December? Or just clients, anyone who has like fitness related advice?
You know you're not going to have a choice to like whether or not you're going to go to all of these events or not. Some of them are for work. You have to show face. You're definitely going to probably indulge in a few beverages. So you know that you're not going to be recovered, right?
More than a few.
More than a few in some cases.
Yeah.
And you know all these things are going to happen that are going to kind of get in the way of your routine and your training. So my advice would be just to try and still go in, even though you know that you're not going to perform as well. I think maybe doing something is better than doing nothing, because you're probably not going to get to a point where you can't do anything the next day, unless if you just send it.
Yeah, I don't think the vibe for Christmas is getting blackout drunk. I think it's more like...
Speak for yourself.
Yeah, you just see my parties. I think it's more like you're just maintaining a level of buzz for like 12 straight days. The 12 days of buzzmas. Like you're just buzzed the entire time.
Damn.
Like you're not... I've never had a Christmas,
Yeah.
like more like family especially, where I like get blackout drunk. But I definitely got to a point where I'm like, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. Like I need to stop now or else it's going to be rough tomorrow.
There's two ways to go about it.
And it's also, sorry to cut you off, it's also like through the day.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're not
Long
loading
shifts.
it all at night.
Long
like if you were
shifts.
going to like a party, you start drinking at 10. You have eggnog maybe for breakfast with
Do you like eggnog?
I like it with whiskey.
Never had it with whiskey.
That's the only way to have it.
I have eggnog once every year to remind myself that I do not like it.
That's so funny. Like at Sherway, did you try the
On the
eggnog one?
Yeah.
No.
I tried every Christmas Eve with Vicky's dad, and I'm like, yeah, I don't like this.
It just tastes like bad milk. Milk was a bad choice.
Ugh.
It does taste like really bad milk.
Ugh.
But I like it because it's drinking it makes you feel again like during the holidays. And bro, like I don't remember if you last year when we did our bro hangout for Christmas and
Shit was
Mikey.
disgusting.
Dude, that was crazy. That was like eggnog, cinnamon toast
That was
crunch.
fucking nasty, bro.
Fucking cinnamon on top of that, and Bailey's and whiskey. I had like 2 of those, and I was like, this is
disgusting.
This should be banned in like multiple countries.
Not a fan. Nope.
Try it out, guys. It's called cinnamon toast. What does he call it? He calls it cinnamon. No, it's not cinnamon toast crunch. He calls it something. He has a name for it.
That went well.
Yeah. Little shout out to our Mikey the bartender.
So yeah, back to the advice we'd give for like the physical aspect.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah, the guy just like, we went on a big tangent there. Do what you can. You know you're not gonna get like that good of a workout in or be that consistent. But even if it's just like walking, getting your steps, or doing some body weight work at home, push-ups, sit-ups, squats, I'd say it's better than nothing. As at least get moving, you know? You're going to do yourself a disservice if you don't do anything for the entire time. What about you?
Yeah, I'm in the same vein. I think my clients are pretty good. Like a good chunk of them are like send me workouts and they keep working out. So I kind of like reduce their volume and intensity and
kind of like a deload week.
Yeah, basically I was like next 2 weeks your goal is maintenance. Like move as much as you can. Here's 3 full body lifts that you can do at your house. Like we got a pair of dumbbells. Go to the gym if you want. Sure.
Like make it versatile.
Yeah, so it's like and 30,
Mikey's
40 minutes.
Calling you.
Yeah. Let me just pause.
Ask him
here.
what the drink name is called.
Yo, Mikey, what's up? Yeah. You called me in the middle of filming the podcast, actually. I just shouted you out. I was talking about your drink. What's your drink called?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
It's called Cinnamon Toast Crunch. He literally just named it after the cereal. We can leave this part in.
So what would you say? You'd probably say the same shit?
Yeah, same advice. Like I said, I'd give them like maybe three workouts. Move your body. Don't stress. I really try to tell them not to freak out because I think when people, it's in there, I think, an all or nothing mentality. When people are just like, well, I'm only going to work out a little bit. I'm like, I'm going to eat. I might as well just eat and drink
myself to death.
To my heart's content and completely put fitness and health to the side. And then I think that's a big issue. I think most of my clients are good like that. So I just tell them, don't do that. I'm like, eat and drink, have fun, enjoy. Like moderation is key. Remember that. And then like if you're moving your body and still getting a couple workouts in, if you can, like worst case, just get your steps in. I think that's fine.
Just realize that it's not you said all or nothing, like 0 to 100.
Yeah.
Just because you might not be as active as you normally are doesn't mean you have to be like, okay, I'm going to eat everything. I'm going to drink everything. Just, balance.
You're not
take it easy.
You're not going to lose all your progress.
No, and if anything, it is some form of a rest, right?
You need the rest.
So you need the rest too. Okay, moving on to the mental side of things. We kind of already touched on this a little bit. The pressure to stay on track, even though like it's the end of the year and you're not going to be able to. So that's probably the thing that makes you even more tired is like knowing that I got to stay on track, but I'm not able to. So like that exhausts you
you're going
further.
back and forth with yourself.
Yeah. So you feel behind, you end up feeling stuck and behind, which then leads to burnout.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I feel like most people are burnt out
by this time. Yeah.
And that kind of connects with everything we've been talking about.
My conversations with like a lot of my clients towards the last few days of training them before I took my break was like, literally they're just like, I can't wait. Like I have one more day of work. I can't wait. Like, people are just like, I literally need this so bad.
Yeah.
Like, they're just like, I cannot wait for this break.
Some of my clients in the morning, like my 6, 7 a.m.s, they're like, I see them walking in, they're like slouched over, they're fucking tired. They're like, I'm so tired. I don't know how I'm gonna do this workout. And then by the end of the workout, they feel better. The movement,
you feel
but
better.
it's just like that
it's a
cohesive idea.
It's colder, it's darker.
Yeah, the darker
there's like
aspect.
there's aside from the holidays themselves, it's like we're in Canada, so it's like you get up, it's dark, you go to bed, it's dark. It's snowing. It snowed today, which is great. We have a white Christmas.
I wonder if it's gonna last. Probably not.
No, it looks like it's gonna melt. If it lasts for tomorrow, that'd be nice. But yeah, I think most people are pretty mentally fatigued and ready to go. And then I find it takes like at least a week or two into the new year to like get back on the horse. Yeah.
Here's an interesting question. Do you think that people who are zoned in or more cognizant of their fitness and health are more harder on themselves than people that aren't?
During the holidays? Or
yeah.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. For sure. Because then you've already you have this kind of bar that you set for yourself of like standards and habits and, core beliefs or whatever. And then if you don't adhere to those, and they're like, oh, I'm just trying to give myself some slack. Yeah, I'll drink more alcohol. Yeah, I'll do this. You're kind of like struggling with yourself mentally because you're like, but why am I doing this where I should be training? Mm-hmm. I'm supposed to be, in our case, like a leader and an example, right? Like, but then at the same,
leader and example.
Well, it's true. Like if you're a trainer, you got to preach where you
100%
practice where you preach.
Of course.
But at the exact same time to that end, like you have to also be a human being. Like, you're not gonna be rigorously training over the holidays, hitting PRs, progressively overloading, perfecting your diet. Like that's not going to happen over the holidays.
That's hard to do in a normal time frame. In a normal
exactly right. So like I don't think that's a realistic standard for anybody to set. The exception being like maybe someone getting ready for a show, but who the hell would book
a Christmas
show like
geez.
or just one in like Jan or Feb? Like why would you? I think the seasons usually start in March. They're like March to
it's
August.
On purpose. Yeah,
they do that on purpose.
Unless if you go somewhere else like
international or maybe with the exception of high performing athletes that have like a professional hockey players or whatever it may be, like they probably have a little less leeway. Like, you can have a day or two off your routine.
Hockey players party, bro.
They do. That's why they're called hockey bros, dude.
Yeah. Okay, well then we kind of touched on like
kind of everything.
All the more negative or heavy aspects of the holidays. How could we reframe the holidays into a more meaningful or hopeful kind of positive vibe?
Yeah, we could do a dance number.
A little jig.
Do you have like a cane? No, I think just like all the things we said earlier, take that into account. But at the end of the day, like holidays is a happy time. Like be with your friends, be with your family, enjoy yourself, drink the alcohol, not too much. Eat the food,
every day.
And not every day. And like just be present. Like I think that's a big thing. I think
we're not present.
I think the holidays, especially now, like I'm guilty of this myself. I think the holidays now, besides being with family, it's like be with family, but also be present with them. Like
and don't want it to end.
You can be with your family and be on your phone and being like, okay, like when's this dinner? Like I can't wait to go home.
Yeah, no, that's not why you're there.
And it's like you might be listening and being like, I'm not like that, but I think everybody now, because of just like how much dopamine we intake, we're always like just antsy to go to the next thing.
The next thing,
like
the attention span.
The attention span is not there. So like this holiday season, like try your hardest to just like, I think last Christmas I did this when I stayed at Niagara for 2 days. I literally put my phone in the bedroom.
Disturb,
I left it in the bedroom for 2 days. Like I didn't look at it for 2 full days. And it was
Buddy
like
came out, Zen
dude. It was like going through like a drug withdrawal because like you have like phantom pain, like you almost
and you feel like the phantom buzz.
Yeah, like you're like touching your phone. But I found after like by the third day when I went back and checked my messages, didn't miss much. It's the holidays. I got a couple happy Christmas, whatever texts, whatever.
Happy Christmas,
happy
Harry.
Christmas. Yeah, Merry
Happy
Christmas. That was
Ron.
very British of me. I got a bunch of like texts, whatever, but nothing serious. I didn't miss anything fundamental. And what I found really interesting was during that time, those 2 days felt so much longer.
Yes.
Dude, like the hours went by way longer. Like I'd be like, I don't know what time it is because I'm on my phone, so I'm not constantly aware of the time. And I'd have like lunch or something, and I'd be like, oh man, it probably was like 3, and it's like 11:20, and I'm like, what?
I'm having lunch at 11:30.
Yeah, like you know what I mean? I thought that was really cool. So
it's kind of like back to when you were a kid, right? We didn't have phones as a kid.
Yeah, I think
kids,
I think it's super important to try your hardest to like be very present.
Get off the phone.
That'd
be
guys.
A good challenge.
Yeah,
get off the phone.
You're gonna be on your phone.
Put your phone in like a safe or something.
Yeah, or like save it for when you're maybe I don't know. I had to say like when you're in bed, but like
yeah.
At the end of the night, you spent the entire day with the family. You could do
100%.
whatever. Go on your phone, check Instagram and TikTok or YouTube.
So yeah, letting go
Spotify,
of that,
listen to this.
Letting go of the dependence on the tech and just kind of be together, and you'll see how much slower the time passes, and going quickly back to like how we were kids. Okay, thank you.
Sorry. Go ahead. No, I just
going back to when we were kids, like when you go outside and play and you didn't have any idea what the time was, it would feel like forever, right? So it's kind of like that vibe, that idea. So it's like, what are you down to let go of during this time with all your family, friends, loved ones, and everything? I think that's a good idea to just maybe not be on the tech as much, kind of stay off the phone and just like be together kind of thing.
Yeah, dude, like play board games. Like that was a thing we used to do a lot. Like we used to play board games, like,
It's so funny how they're called board games because like obviously they're made on board material, but you play them when you're bored.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even think of that. Jeez. But yeah, shit like that, and just like, you can actually interact with somebody and like have a conversation without like being like talking to them and nodding, and then in your brain you're like
and then cutting them off
like I do or you do sometimes. That's just ADHD. But that akin to that, and then you just want to like check your phone or like something in your mind. You're like, okay, what am I doing after this conversation? Like, what's the next thing?
Mm-hmm. It's like always the next.
It's
always
like
the
next. And you gotta fucking scale it back. Like I'm guilty of it 100%. I've catch myself sometimes like just doing one dopamine hit after the other. It's like Instagram. You know what's the worst? You open Instagram, close it, and then immediately open it again. Like, and you're like,
put your phone in your pocket, take the phone out, open it again.
Like you do this, and I'm like, this is psychologically so messed up.
Yeah.
Like that my body and mind like autonomously open these apps immediately after I close it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's a good challenge to everybody. Like, just be more present. Get off your phone. Spend time with your family. Positive.
Actually take in those moments because you only have a certain amount of them.
And I wasn't gonna go there. I was gonna not try to be grim about it, but like, listen, guys, you're only gonna have your parents for. If you see your parents like twice a year, it's what 24 to 50 visits depending on their lifespan. Like, it's a grim way to think about it, but like, yeah, you gotta spend time with your family and be present.
Okay, let's finish off with a couple things here. Some intentional thinking or whatever. What if you had to pick one thing for the end of the year that you had to let go of or change or stop doing? What would it be?
I think
or if you can't think of something from that perspective, what's one thing you're gonna bring into the new year, like that you want to kind of focus on or change?
do both if we can.
Yeah.
I would say in the new year, for me, is I'm already kind of doing this now, but it's like as we were just talking about staying off our phones, but like be more engaged in like social media and stuff.
That's from a business perspective, though. That's personal. For your personal.
You want to talk personal? Do you want to talk personal?
You want to go deep?
You want to go deep, dog?
I don't know if I want to go that deep.
We're going like first level deep. Okay, personally for me, like, okay, let's not business related. Into the new year, I think I need to kind of let go and do this more, is what we were saying earlier. It's just be more present and like.
I feel like that's an important one for everyone.
For everybody. I think I'd like I catch myself spending way too much time doom scrolling and like, again, dopamine maxing, where it's like I've got YouTube on my computer, I've got TikTok on my phone, I got a Zen in my mouth, like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's too much. Like,
body's locked in.
Just like pull back a bit. Be more present, like do things, even something as simple as like cooking a meal without looking at your like phone. You know what I mean? Like I made food this morning and in between each step, like I chopped the veggies, scroll for like 30 seconds.
What the hell,
then I'd
bro?
I put the stuff in the frying pan. I'm like, okay, that's gonna take like
wild.
That's gonna take 5 minutes. All right, what's on YouTube?
That's
you know what I mean?
Crazy.
Like,
holy shit.
It's bad. It's bad, bro. But I'm sure I'm not the only one. Am I the only one? Tell me I'm not the only one.
I don't do that.
Yeah, well, you're more present than I am, for sure.
I don't know if that's what it is, but
maybe it's different. But
each person's different.
Yeah, that's one of the things I would like to do, is just like not fill in. That's what I'm looking for. Not fill in like the silence with noise. Know what I'm saying?
Holy
buddy, write that down.
Shit.
Right?
Clip that.
Jarvis, clip that. Like, you know what I'm saying, dude? Like, don't. Like, it's true though, because every time you have a moment,
it's gonna be like one of those. Don't job your love.
Yeah, love your job. Yeah, the other way. Don't love your job your love. But yeah, dude. Like, no, that's one of the things for sure that I find, like, as stupid as it is, when I have downtime, like even a few seconds of silence, you're looking for something to fill the silence.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we're playing video games, we're queuing up for a match. That takes like 2 minutes. I'm like, all right, well, might as well. And it's like, why? Just wait, chill.
I do that. I
be in your brain a little bit.
I actually do that.
I think a lot. Like, yeah, you're just like constantly going to the toilet without your phone. Yeah, that's not happening.
Time would stand still.
Just start reading the back of like the shampoo bottle.
Dextrahydromorpholin. What is that?
Yeah, that would be my thing for sure. Be more present and not try to fill the silence with fucking noise as he's bringing in his toy. What about you?
For me, I want to do the exact opposite. I want more noise.
Oh, that's messed up.
I'm just kidding. No, I want to, into the new year, I've been focusing on being more organized. Like back in university and school and like my entire 20s, I never kept a calendar. I never like was organized in that kind of way. And I was always not envious, just like, how the hell do some of these people have like the calendar color coded and like they have their every 15, 20, 30 minutes planned, to the T. I'm not really like that, but I want to get to a point where I'm at least organized enough to be able to do all of the tasks that I need to do, because it's just been, not sporadic, but I feel like it would just be very helpful for me to kind of be more present and just understand the things that need to get done each day, just so that there's less clutter and everything's more clean, if that makes sense.
100%, yeah.
So I think that'll be very beneficial for me.
Okay.
And other than that, keep the training going, keep building the body's armor. That never stops. We ain't never gonna stop with that. You know how I do, baby.
Not us. Not us.
Never.
But I think that's a good way to end it, with some positivity.
Positivity is key.
Merry holidays and happy Christmas, Ron.
Happy Christmas, Harry.
And happy New Year. I'm sure we'll film before
we're
going to film before the New Year.
We'll see you guys in the gym next one. But yeah, we took a little break for the Christmas vibes. And yeah, hope you guys like that. We'll see you in the next one.
Enjoy.